guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be the ever so popular tag video that has been circulating on YouTube, and that is following a beauty guru's makeup tutorial. And the reason why I chose Jaclyn was because I do happen to own the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm sure most people do. But I was thinking of who I really wanted to do this video on, and to be honest with you guys, I haven't purchased a lot of like the popular palettes that have come out lately. I wanted to film a video that the person was using a palette that I do own, just so I could like recreate the look as closely to what they use. So that's why I went with Jaclyn. So yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing me follow along Jaclyn's makeup tutorial using her palette, then just keep watching.
Hey guys! I can't believe that I'm actually filming this video today. Like, you have no idea how surreal this feels to me. What? Like, just I'm dreaming. I feel like I'm truly dreaming that we're finally here after all this time. Alright, so I already have on my base, like my foundation, my concealer, and my powder, and I have on my brows. So I look a little weird right now, I know.
Me too.
But it'll all come together in the end, I promise. Oh my god, you see those swatches of my palette? Alright, I'm going to start off with MFEO. It is the 4th shade in the palette. So taking a fluffy brush, I'm just going to start off right here in the upper crease, which is the transition area.
Okay, I guess she's not using a primer. To be honest, I don't always use a primer.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm actually using this on camera now. This is crazy. This is too surreal. Okay. I'm going to make this definitely the most pigmented on the outer part of the eye, but as I blend that out, I'm going to begin to bring it to the inner corner as well, but I'm going to keep it pretty low. I don't want it to come too high up in here by my brow. I'm going to keep it nice.
I feel like that's always my problem. I go way too high up.
And then once we're over
everything.
here in the outer corner again, I will just start to bring it up a little bit towards the brow. Now that I basically have nothing left on my brush, we're just blending it out. Alright, next I'm going to go in with the shade Butter, which is the 2nd color in the 2nd row. Sorry, not meaning to flip you guys off right now. That's just the finger that popped up. I'm going to go in with a little bit more of a denser brush. This is the M441 by Morphe.
This is a Sigma one, not Morphe.
That up and just go right over that area. The reason I chose this color, Butter, as opposed to the other ones, because this one does have a lot more like an orangey, really warm tone to it, and I don't want it to be as much brown as I want it to be a very kind of orangey and very warm for this look. So I'm just putting this a little bit deeper down into that outer corner, keeping it right there in my crease. And if you don't have a really defined crease, that's okay. You can just carve it out and you can create your own crease with the shadow. That's what's the beauty of makeup, honestly. You can create your own crease, create a different nose, a different face shape, create whatever the hell you want with makeup. You can create a different life if you really need to. And then just like the first color, I'm going to just lightly bring it in to the inner corner of my eye. And whenever I do this, I raise my eyebrow just because I feel like when my eyes are down like this, I have more skin sagging down that area. When I raise my eyebrow up, I can get really nice and precise in there and make it look way more blended. So I raise my eyebrow up and I get really tight in that inner corner. Then I'm going to pick up the shade Puky, which is right here, the center of the palette. I still can't believe that I actually named the shade Puky. And I'm just going to run that over everything that I just did, because this
I'm using a different brush.
Caramel brown is just really going to warm this up and also deepen it. Just keeping it nice and low in this transition area, of course. I never start anything off high, if you've noticed. I always keep everything very low initially, and then I blend upward.
Yeah, my problem is I always go way too high up.
Powder on a small angled brush right now.
Ooh, wait a second. I actually do have that brush.
Where I want my,
but I didn't do the other eye yet. She's too fast for me. Let me see where that is. Oh. Right here. This Morphe brush. I actually bought this from a recommendation in one of her videos, so let's see. I'm gonna pour some. I'm gonna use the RCMA No Color Powder. Pour some a little, ooh, or a lot, in the cap.
My shadow to stop so that nothing gets messy. I do this all the time. Almost any time I ever do my foundation first and then my eyes, I always do this technique just because it keeps it so clean. I actually do recommend doing your eyes first though. It can just be a little bit more time consuming if you do your eyes first and then go with your foundation. I think doing your foundation first is much faster. But if I have like a really really nice event, or if I'm doing something where I want to look like extra, sorry, I'm not in focus, doing something where I want to look like extra, like just perfect, then I will do my eyes first and my foundation second, because it just makes your foundation look its absolute best. And then I'm just going to lightly put some of this translucent powder here so that if we have any fallout when we're packing on these colors, it just catches it. This step is not necessary to create this eye look, but it's just what I recommend. It's what I always recommend no matter what shadow I'm working with. It's just a technique that I've been using for a very long time, because I think it just makes everything look so much more flawless and put together in the end. And I'm going to go in with the shade Roxanne, which is one of my favorite colors in the palette.
Okay, she's going way too fast for me, and I dropped my powder everywhere.
Go in with the shade Roxanne, which is one of my favorite colors in the palette. It is this beautiful, just like kind of deep, very matte brick red. I'm picking up an M573. It's like a little bit more taper, but it's still like very long. And
I believe this is a multi-brush.
I'm going to go ahead and just start popping this right there in that crease area.
Alright.
Oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with this color.
I feel like we're kind of just packing all these colors like on top of each other pretty much.
And same thing, just gonna bring this into my inner corner, keeping it really low and nice and deep. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the shade Hunt, which is...
Let me do the other eye. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job so far. I definitely feel like putting the powder here, like as a guide there, definitely helps, because I feel like when I blend, I tend to like over blend sometimes, and the color gets like all over the place, and this is definitely helping a lot. So what's next?
Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the shade Hunt, which is such a beautiful, just like rich, intense, like deep orange. It is so creamy and so pigmented. A tiny bit goes such a long way. And now with Hunt, I'm just gonna go over pretty much everything in the upper crease area just to really make it a lot more orange.
I can't tell if she's using different brushes each time, because I don't know. I'm so confused.
I'm gonna pick up a little bit of Creamsicle right here, which is another matte shade. So far I have used only mattes this entire tutorial. And I'm gonna take barely any of that on my brush and just go over the edges again, just right there at that point where everything is coming to an end. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with Roxanne, which is this really dark kind of like brick rusty copper shade, and it is a shimmer. I'm gonna pick this up on a MAC 242 brush right here.
I have that.
I'm also going to wet my brush with Fix Plus. You don't have to do this.
Don't have Fix Plus.
I wet my brush with Fix Plus before I go in with any shimmer. That's how it's been for the past.
I do have this.
I would say 2 years at this point. I'm gonna pack this color on all over the entire lid area. It basically already looks like the colors that we already have going on the eye, but this is...
I never wet my brushes before applying shadows. I know a lot of people do that, but I always find that it ruins the eyeshadow if you spray the brush and then dip it in the shadow. Whatever, that's what she's doing.
It's just shimmery. Okay, now I'm going to pick up a little bit of
whoa. Okay, hold on. Gotta pause that.
And Queen, and I'm going to mix both of these together, like a little dab of this one first, and then I'll take a little bit of Queen on my brush, because I don't want it to be super gold, but I also don't want to go in with like that straight copper either. I'm going to damp my brush again with some Fix Plus.
Are we using the same brush?
Right here in the center of my lid. Oh my gosh, y'all. And I am using a very small amount of product when doing all of this, by the way, you guys. Very
okay,
small.
Well, I have a shit ton of product.
I don't want my lid to be too like in your face. Like I want the entire eye overall just to be like this really beautiful, warm, blown out smoke. I don't want the lid to be like the thing that stands out the most. You know, I want it all to come together. Okay, I'm just gonna wipe away now any of that translucent powder that is still under there.
Hold on, girl. Still doing the lid.
I'm going to move on to the lower lash line now, but I will probably most definitely actually come back up and do a little bit more work on the upper lid, but right now I just want to kind of move to the bottom and kind of get the shape going. Picking up a pencil brush, I'm going to grab the shade Pukey.
That doesn't really look like a pencil brush she's using though, but This is what I'm gonna use. It's a MAC 210.
Connect what I did on the upper lid to the lower lash line. So as you can see, I have that like wing right there. I'm just gonna go ahead and connect that with the shadow and just bring that down. Fudgy brown down there on the second to last row on a definer brush. I'm just going to put that directly on my
definer brush. I'm going to pick up a little bit of Roxanne and Hunt's, just a pinch of each. Alright. Why do I feel like her under eye looks so much darker? Am I like not using enough product?
Just a little bit on my pencil brush, and I'm just gonna go on this entire lower lash and just blend all that out. Oh yes, honey. Give me that blown out, smoky, warm. Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, I'm just gonna go back in with a little bit more translucent powder just to make sure that this is nice and crisp.
I feel like her pencil brush is a lot thicker than mine, so that's probably why it looks a lot darker and smokier under her eye. So you know what? I'm just gonna go with the same pencil brush in that darker color that she used. So what is she doing? She's going back in with that powder, it looks like.
There, I'm gonna do a little bit more work on my upper lid, and I just don't want anything to get messy. So I'm just gonna take all the steps of precaution. I'm just gonna go back in with Roxanne and Hunt's on a blending brush, and I'm just going to package a little bit more intense right out here in the outer corner.
Wait, which one was Roxanne and Hunt's? Oh, I'm so confused. None of these shadows are labeled. Okay, what? I don't remember which one Roxanne and Hunt's were. Hold on, I'm gonna go Google the shade names because none of these are labeled. Roxanne is that middle, and then Hunt is the one diagonal from it. Okay, and I honestly don't even remember what freaking brush I used for what shadow, so whatever. I guess it really doesn't matter at this point because all these shadows are like literally piled on top of each other, but now I don't remember what she even freaking just did. Oh man, this is too fast.
I'm just gonna go back in with Roxanne and Hunt's on a blending brush, and I'm just going to package a little bit more intense right out here in the outer corner.
You said outer corner, now she's doing inner corner? Oh, I'm so confused.
And now for highlighting my brow bone, I'm gonna go in with the first shade of the palette, which is in Light. I am so freaking obsessed with this color for highlighting my brow bone in the inner corner. The pigmentation and the formula and the way it swatches is just absolute perfection. If you ask me for a highlight, it is just like so creamy and so satin in the tiniest bit. Like I barely even touch my skin. And it's just so smooth and beautiful.
Wow, that really is very pigmented. Oh my god.
Alright, I'm going to take the same shade and I'm going to pop that on the inner corner of the eye. You cannot go a day without inner corner highlight.
I'm going to take this tiny brush and do that.
I'm mixing a little bit of the second color in the palette, which is the shade Beam, because it has a little bit of a more yellow undertone. I'm going to mix that for that inner corner. Alright, for lashes, I'm going to go in with Flutter Lash Intoxicating. These are some of my favorite lashes ever. They are so long and fluffy and flirty and sexy. And
I actually do own these lashes. I bought them like a year and a half, almost 2 years ago from Jaclyn's recommendation, and I have to say that I honestly don't really like them. I think I tried them like once because it looks like I only tried on one of them because the other one looks like it hasn't even been touched at all. So for the sake of the video, because these are the lashes that she used for this look, this is what I'm going to be using. Okay, wow, these were hands down the hardest lashes that I have ever applied in my life. The band was so thick and they were not bendable at all, so it was really hard to get them glued down onto my eye. I also noticed that she did not use any liner on the top, which I always absolutely do every single time. I just like how that looks a lot better. It also helps conceal the lash band. So she didn't do that, so I am not going to do that. So that is definitely a little strange. And when you don't have any liner on your lid, you definitely have to be a lot more precise about the placement of the lashes. You just have to get these as close to the lash line as possible. So I put those on, and let's see where we left off.
Go, but I want to really make this look extra. What's new? Let me take a little bit of the Maybelline Black Gel Liner on just a little
I have that somewhere.
Eyeliner brush. And I'm just going to line the inner rim of my eye with this. You can just use an eye kohl, that will work just as well, but this is what I have been doing in the past 6 months or so, and I just love it. It's just so quick and easy, and it does not move all day. Alright, I'm just going to put some mascara on my lower lashes, of course, to finish off the eye look.
So I don't usually ever use gel liner in my waterline. I do use it in to line my upper lash line, and this Maybelline gel liner is my absolute favorite. It is what I actually use all the time, so. And she's going to the lower lashes, and it looks like she's using the MAC Giga Black Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara, which I love for the lower lashes.
And eyes are complete. Ding. This is the Highlight Bronzer Duo in the shade Topaz. I'm going to be using a Morphe R2 as my bronzer brush, one of my favorites.
I don't own that ColourPop bronzer, so I'm just going to use this Physicians Formula bronzer. I do have a Morphe brush though.
Like I did today, a bronzer with this undertone is really complimentary. Then I'm going to take another ColourPop highlighting blush duo.
I don't have that.
Honestly, but I'm just going to grab some of this light.
I'm using this MAC one called Sincere instead. Looks kind of similar.
I just want to do a nice, like, coppery, warm, peachy blush to really complement this look and make it very monochromatic. I just got this highlighter in the mail. It's from the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Summer Collection. This pink chrome packaging is so dope.
I think I'm going to go with the Becca, I think Jaclyn collabed with them on this. It's like the split blush and highlighter, and this is like a really pretty, like, golden highlighter, very similar to what she is using.
I love how different this is. It's like, there's nothing like that. I just realized that the brush that I used to apply this highlight has brown on it. This is the brush that I used to fill in my hairline yesterday. Things and reapplying my bronzer and my blush. I feel like I pretty much got rid of the brown. It's not perfect, definitely. I can see some patches right here. They're driving me a little crazy, but that's okay. I'm gonna go back in with my regular brush that I found. My goodness, I should have done that in the first place. So just try that again, shall we? Okay.
Gonna go extra with the highlight.
Such a cool color.
Because
love it.
that's what she does.
Alright, for the other high points of my face, I'm going to be using some champagne pop. Just because I think that one will look a little too yellowy, like on my nose.
Okay, I'm gonna go get my champagne pop because I actually do have that.
My Cupid's bow, so I'm going to take some champagne pop and use that on the other areas.
Where did she put it?
For the other high points of my face, I'm going to be using some champagne pop just because I think that that one will look a little too yellowy, like on my nose, my Cupid's bow. So I'm going to take some champagne pop and use that on the other areas.
Never put highlight here. Or here. Guess we're going to put more here. Damn, she doesn't play around with this highlight.
Alright, for my lips, I'm going to go in with my favorite lip liner recently, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Cheat. Such a beautiful...
I don't think she showed her highlighting her nose at all, but it looks like she has highlighter on her nose, so I'm going to add a little bit of highlighter on my nose. Now, this lip liner, I don't own that Charlotte Tilbury lip liner. So instead, I'm going to go with this ColourPop liner, and this is in BFF. I think this is kind of similar.
full color, I'm gonna go ahead and just line my lips and completely fill them in. Like, how pretty is that color just on its own? It's such a gorgeous lip liner. Now I'm gonna pick up some Blush Nude by Tom Ford, which...
Yeah, I definitely don't own any Tom Ford lipsticks, so instead I'm going to go with the Charlotte Tilbury Kim KW. Instead, it's like a really gorgeous nudie pink lipstick, so I'm pretty sure that these are gonna be pretty similar.
Then over top of that, I'm going to go in with the Dior Lip Maximizer Lip Gloss in the shade 001. This is...
Don't have that either, so I'm going to go with the KKW Beauty Lip Gloss in, I think this is the rose gold one. I don't know, it's like a really pretty, like, translucent pink color to me, and this is what I've been using a lot lately, so, I mean, it kind of looks like the one she's using, so that's what I'm going to go with.
Like, my favorite gloss recently. It just makes your lips look so just like wet and pouty. So I take it and I run it over it like that. Last but not least, let's set this with some setting spray. I'm going to use, I don't know why I always shape it to the need to be.
I don't own the Morphe one. I really do want to get that eventually though and try it out because I really like the idea of an aerosol spray as opposed to a regular spray.
Oh my gosh, since I have gotten this, I have not used any other makeup setting spray. It is that good.
So this is just the Kat Von D Lock-It one.
Oh my gosh. Alright you guys, that is it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me for a little bit today. Let me know if you like this video.
So yeah, this is the finished look. I honestly am pretty impressed with myself. I think I did a pretty good job. Obviously not as well as Jaclyn did, but I'm pretty impressed with myself on how it came out. It definitely came out a lot better than I thought it would. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're not subscribed to me, definitely hit that subscribe button. Please give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.